Hey everybody, this is Euromaestro Scoping live from Paris. You can see I'm across from the Eiffel Tower. We just finished having celebrations here for the 14th of July, the French national holiday, celebrated traditionally with fireworks. You can see there's actually fire. I don't know what's going on over there. There's actually something on fire. That's interesting. So something's on fire, apparently. Maybe that's part of the fireworks, I don't know. But what we do know, I don't know, the fireworks finished a while ago, so I was very surprised to see another firework go off. But anyways, we got really sad news in Nice. Somebody drove a truck right into the crowds at Nice. So there's going to be a lot of injuries. Some deaths. We don't have a lot of details about exactly what's happening at Nice, but we do know that a truck drove right into the crowd. Somebody said here over 30 dead. Do I feel safe? I feel safe here, actually. Specifically where I am, I'm actually in a control zone where people were not allowed even in here until just a few minutes ago. So there was a shootout with a driver. He plowed into the crowd. Actually, I actually know someone in Nice, someone from the UK who's visiting in Nice, and he just sent us a message a little while ago about him and his family who have a holiday apartment there. And he was in the crowds when the truck drove through. He said the truck drove for apparently maybe a kilometer or a kilometer and a half inside the zone with the crowds. He's okay. He said he was at the end of it, and he and his family managed to get back to the apartment. I'm safe. Yeah, this is happening in the south of France. Yeah, this is in Nice. So I'm in Paris. It's quite a distance. Still very disconcerting that somebody took this day, which is a day of celebration, and people are out with their families to enjoy the holiday and the fireworks, and somebody decided to drive their truck right into the crowd. So this happened in Nice. We should get more information soon, but this is breaking news. Yes, they did it because of the holiday. Sure, there was a huge crowd, and they drove right into the crowd. Many people injured, perhaps over 30 dead. Yeah, almost a weekly event now, so it's really, really sad news. So someone said 150 dead, is that right? Can somebody verify the count? The windshield of the truck riddled with bullets. Tu parles, t'es à Paris sans savoir? Oui, je suis à Paris, tout à fait. J'étais là pour les feux d'artifice à Paris. Heartbreaking news, I know, exactly. 30 dead. Yeah, that's what I had heard, over 30 dead. Somebody here just indicated a higher number. They must be talking about injuries, unless the count went up. Apparently, the truck driver drove into the crowd for about 1,500 meters, so he could certainly have hit a lot of people in the meantime. So a lot of injuries, a few dozen people dead. Oui, il y a le feu. Je ne sais pas pourquoi il y a un feu là. C'est juste en face de Trocadéro. Vous voyez, il y a un feu. So a long night ahead. I'm not sure why there's a fire there. That seems a little unusual. I don't know. I don't think the police will tell us anything. But there's a lot of smoke. I don't know if you can see the smoke. Vous savez pourquoi il y a un feu là?
Je pense que c'est un accident de feu d'artifice.
Ah bon?
Certainement, mais j'en sais rien.
Ah oui, d'accord.
C'est un des carrousels qui a pris feu à cause d'un feu d'artifice.
Ah, c'est ça? C'est vérifié?
Non, c'est pas vérifié.
Ah.
Ça semble être...
Non, mais
Ah.
à l'emplacement où c'est...
Okay, so it looks like there may have been a fire. Well, there's definitely a fire. We see the fire. We see all the black smoke coming up here. So it appears it may have been an accident caused by the fireworks. We had a lot of fireworks going off. There's a carousel over there by the Eiffel Tower. So the carousel may have caught fire. Or there's some food stands there that maybe the food stands caught fire. But we definitely have a fire going on here in Paris, and in Nice, over 100 injured. Yeah, that's what I thought. That was an injury count. So over 100 injured, apparently over 30 dead. in Nice as a truck has drove into the crowds during the fireworks celebration in Nice for the 14th of July, the French national holiday. Here we had a wonderful fireworks display, but apparently an accident. You can see there the fire. I don't know if it's really under control yet or not, but you can see the fire. Let's do a little zoom. You can see there's flames. Nice is not near me. That's where the truck driver attack was. This is near where I live in Paris, where the fire is. Yes, injuries can be misleading because there could be a lot of. Well, another firework just went off. So I'm not quite sure why fireworks are still going off. But you can see the fire right there. So we have a fire. Let's see if we can get some information about the fire. Bonsoir, monsieur. Oh, pardon. Est-ce qu'on a des infos sur le feu là-bas?
Non, c'est pas d'où ça vient. Il y a les pompiers qui sont en cours, mais on sait pas. À mon avis, c'est suite au feu d'artifice.
C'est un accident de feu d'artifice?
Ouais, à mon avis, ouais.
Ah oui, d'accord. So we don't have much information about it yet. I think it's a fire where the fireworks are. Yeah, I think that's could be. It's been going on for quite some time. This fire's been burning for a long time, several minutes. Non, je pense pas. I think this fire is just an accident. At least that's what everybody here is assuming, including the police. We've had a couple of fireworks go off after the display. So we had the grand finale here a few minutes ago, and since then we've had 2 fireworks go off right in that area. So it could have been a fire that started right where. Did you see the strange object? Okay, you can hear the explosions. So there are still fireworks going off. So I think that that fire is taking place at one of the stands where the fireworks were launched. So they had all kinds of fireworks launched directly on the tower itself, also on the grounds, also on the Trocadero. There's still fireworks going off there. One just went off into the air a few minutes ago during this scope, and one is going on there. So, yeah, unfortunately, over 30 dead in Nice. So, tragic event in Nice for those joining late. Someone drove a truck right into the crowd in Nice. All throughout France, there are celebrations going on. 30 dead, 100 injured, according to CNN. Thank you. So that corresponds to our earlier reports on numbers. So really tragic event. I had mentioned it on my earlier scope when I showed the fireworks. Unfortunately, we had signal issues, so I couldn't continue reporting about it. But it looks like a very tragic event. Well, I pretty much trust the information because it corresponds to information. I have a friend actually on location in Nice. He was there during the attack. He was there on holiday, and he said the same thing, that the truck just drove right through the crowd. Donc pour les Français, donc vous savez qu'il y a quelqu'un qui a conduit un camion dans le feu. Il a tué plus de 30 personnes et il y a plus de 100 personnes blessées. Ici à Paris, c'est différent. Il y a un feu, donc en principe, c'est causé par le feu d'artifice. Guys, keep calm. It's not. Yeah, So the truck driver attack was in Nice, which is in the south of France. It's very far from Paris, so I'm not directly involved in that. In Paris, though, there is a small fire. It looks like the fire was caused by the fireworks. At least that's what we are suspecting. And we've had several fireworks go off At least 3 fireworks go off after the show. I'm pretty sure it's a firework and not an explosion, because one was a clear firework and went up into the air and went off, and the other 2 is there goes another explosion. Can you guys hear that? Hear those explosions? Let me know if you can hear the explosions. If not, I can change the microphones, but it's very, very loud. So the police are not letting anybody. You see the roads here are all blocked by the police. They haven't let anybody go by for safety reasons. That's a shame, because my apartment is right over there. So I won't be able, I can't go inside. Nobody that lives along here can go inside because the street is blocked, and they won't let anybody go because of safety reasons. So yeah, I'm on the other side of the river, exactly. So here, I'm zoomed in right now. Let's zoom out. So there you see the Eiffel Tower, and glad you're safe. Yeah, I'm safe. So what's happening? So let's repeat for people just joining. 2 things happening. One is in Nice, which is in the south of France. There are celebrations, just like in Paris, with the fireworks, and somebody drove a truck into the crowd, killing over 30 people, injuring over 100. There was a shootout with the police. The truck is riddled with bullets. In Paris, there is a fire going on. We believe that the fire was caused by an accident with the fireworks. We think it's actually the location where the fireworks had taken off. There have been several explosions. There's been 3 or 4. So fire engines on their way. So do you have confirmations? I see someone said that it was ISIS for the Nice event. Is there confirmation on that? Because I didn't want to call it ISIS until there was some confirmation. Hope no one was injured from the fire. I don't think anybody would have been injured from the fire. At least civilians would have been cleared from the area. The only people that should have been around there would have been workers related to the fireworks. So we'll see. It's definitely very suspicious. Somebody intentionally driving a truck into the crowd like that. Let's see if we can get a better view. We might have to go down by the river. Maybe we'll do that. You can see a lot of people now trying to cross through the police barrier. People coming from the Champ de Mars and wanting to go over. The fire is definitely diminished significantly. So they must be in the process of putting the fire out. The flames are much smaller. There's a lot less smoke. The smoke is more whitish, grayish now. Before it was a black smoke. 30 people died in the attack in Nice. Honte à ces terroristes, tuer des innocents. Oui, mais c'est ça, oui, c'est ça les terrorisme. So, very sad day for France. It's supposed to be a day of celebration, and unfortunately a terrorist attack. 30 people killed instantly, possibly more deaths as night goes on. Wow, Eloise. The notice just arrived in Mexico. No, it's not just an ordinary evening. It's a holiday in France. It's the 14th of July. It's the national holiday. So many people out, tens of thousands of people out in Paris for the fireworks display. Same thing in cities all throughout France. People go out for the fireworks. There's also dancing balls that take place in the firehouses. And in Nice, someone decided to drive a truck through the crowd, killing over 30 people, injuring over 100. The insanity must stop. Yes. Prayers for the French people. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, this typically happens when you have a serious event like that. The death numbers tend to go up because some of the injured do not survive. So when we count the injured, of course, we have a variety of injuries from minor to very serious, and the death number is likely to go up. RT apparently reporting over 50 dead now. So the number is increasing. I think most of the crowd is probably unaware of the attack since they've been here in the crowd and not been listening to the news. Driver of the attack truck is reported to be dead. That does not surprise me. Earlier reports indicated that the truck was riddled with bullets. There's a lot of security in France. France is still under a state of emergency until the 26th of July. Just within the last couple of days, the government decided not to extend that state of emergency. We'll see after this attack if the government changes its position. You said he got shot right away. Well, he got shot right away. My friend in Nice said that he was able to drive 1.5 kilometers. Lots of damage to the front of the truck. I pray we can survive and evolve beyond this insanity. So what's happening? If you're joining late, so in Paris there's just a minor fire. It looks like the fire is out. There's no more signs of flames. There is a little bit of smoke still, smoldering smoke, but it looks like the fire is out. In Nice, however, there was an attack on the crowds. Someone drove a truck right into the crowds, into Nice. I meant after he was stopped. Oh yes, okay, that makes sense. Thanks so much for your scopes. So if you can visualize that, there's tens of thousands of people hanging around watching the fireworks. Somebody managed to drive a truck right into the crowds and continue driving for 1,500 meters. So drove into the crowd for about a mile, killing over 30 people, injuring over 100. There were shots, and he was killed almost instantly upon stopping. In front of me there is a boat going down the river, a very unusual boat, I will say. Okay, I guess it's just a small speedboat. I think these are police boats, actually. Large truck sped up to the crowd, literally plowed over them. Wow. It was a tractor trailer. Wow. It's just, yeah, so devastating. I mean, just visualizing that is killing me. So, really, really sad. Let's see. So sorry, it's all very sad. Yeah, a Mack truck. Makes you wonder what will happen in the U.S. on the convention Monday. I was going to try to go down on the river, but I can see there's police on the river. They are also blocking access along the river. So, il y a quoi? Donc, il y avait plus de 30 personnes tuées à Nice, plus de 100 blessés. Après, quelqu'un a conduit un camion dans la foule. Donc, quelqu'un a conduit un camion dans la foule. People are losing it at all. He's breaking loose. The U.S. is prepared for every possibility in Cleveland, supposedly. Where's the truck? Le camion, c'est à Nice. Please explain in English, too. All right, for those joining late. So in Nice, someone drove a truck into the crowd, killing over 30 people, injuring over 100. It's July 14th, a national holiday. People were watching a fireworks show east. That is correct. We all need hope and inspiration. So, very, very sad day, to say the least. Yeah, it's a big family event for France. Yes, people usually come out with their the whole family comes out with their kids, and so it's very sad. Stay strong. Together we will prevail. Thank you, Larry. That's a very important message. Yeah, they didn't stand a chance. If you were in those crowds, I mean, you have a large truck just plowing right into you. It's just horrific, all these attacks, especially these lone wolf type attacks. They're very hard to prevent, very difficult. Larger attacks, I mean, intelligence can be used to try to thwart them. We've had several foiled attacks recently in Europe, in Belgium and in France. This one is a little harder to control. Et là, quoi, à Paris, tué? Donc, à Paris, il y avait des feux d'artifice, il y avait un accident. Donc, il y avait un feu tout à l'heure, mais c'est éteint. Everyone is equal and we are all one. That is so true. So, what should have been a very happy day for France has been transformed into a sad day with this attack on Nice. Thanks again, you're very important social media. Thank you. Tu es déjà monté sur le tour? Oui, je l'ai déjà fait. Someone now saying the kill count is up to 60, so I haven't heard that before. I heard someone say we all belong to another race, but the human race, we are all equal. Yes. C'est à Nice que ça s'est passé, non? Oui, ça serait à Nice. On s'est passé à Nice tout à l'heure. Plus de 30 personnes tuées, plus de 100 personnes blessées. Donc, in Paris, there was a small fire caused by the fireworks. It was an accident. We'll see if the police are letting anybody through. I don't think they're letting anybody through yet. So we're still blocked here, and we have to wait, unfortunately. Nice is very far from Paris. So Nice is already in the south of France. There's a police speedboat going by very, very fast. Non, pas prise d'otage. En fait, c'est juste un camion. Et quelqu'un a conduit le camion dans la foule, directement dans la foule. Non, quelqu'un a foncé dans la foule avec un camion. Oui, c'est bien ça. Apparemment, il a conduit près de 1500 mètres dans la foule aussi. Rumors about a restaurant in Nice taken hostage. Oh, Nice, I haven't heard about that. Yeah, if you can give me an update about that, that would be interesting. If that's the case, that changes the whole situation dramatically, because rather than being a lone wolf attack, which is what I assumed, that would sort of indicate that this was a planned event. If there's multiple events going on simultaneously, we have seen that a number of times where multiple events. Oui, 30 morts. 30 morts et plus de 100 blessés à Nice. Après, quelqu'un a foncé dans la foule avec un camion. Terrorist attacks, yes, numerous events. It's on the news. Judge reports 50 plus dead and have a picture of people on the ground. Wow. Il se passe quoi à Paris? À Paris, pas grand-chose. Donc, il y avait un accident à Paris. Il y avait... c'est un accident avec les feux d'artifice. Et donc, il y avait un feu, pas de blessés, je pense. C'est pas forcément très grave, le feu à Paris. You just read shots were exchanged. Yes, the truck was definitely shot at. Apparently, the truck is riddled with bullets, and the killer was killed almost immediately. It's time to attack the pigs. Why the pigs? Well, the police didn't do anything. You're in Paris, dude. Yes, I realize I'm in Paris. Thank you. You feel it is ISIS related. They are fragmented now and lashing out. Larry, I think that there's a high probability that this is ISIS related. We'll have to wait to get confirmation, but I think that there is a good chance. And you are quite right. ISIS has been losing a lot of territory in Iraq this year, lots of territory in Syria. There was a major attack the last couple of days by Russia. Has been, which I meant to do a scope about, but Russia has been attacking Daesh, ISIS sites near Palmyra, some new sites that have come up, and there's been a lot of deaths there. The strikes were very successful from a military point of view. Here we are in front of the Eiffel Tower. Get the license plates of the truck. Well, the truck, yeah, I'm sure they have the license plate. The truck has been stopped. The driver has been killed. The problem with the fireworks in Paris, there was a small fire that was created here near the trucks. U.S. had a ton of success taking ISIS territory too. Yes, a lot of territory has been taken. The reason I brought up the Russian strike was that's just very recent. There was 2 series of attacks with the Russian jets on ISIS territory. But yes, the U.S. coalition has been very successful in gaining back territory. They've gained about 45% of the territory that ISIS has held in Iraq, and they gained about 16 to 20% of the territory in Syria, including around Raqqa, the center, the supposed capital of the ISIS state. The Iraqi military forces think that they may be able to capture all of the ISIS territory back from ISIS by the end of the year. The world has certainly changed. The world is definitely in a different place now than it was just a few years ago, as we've seen heightened terrorist attacks around the world and heightened security measures by the authorities. It's hard to psychologically decondition religious fanatics. These people live amongst U.S. authorities, need to go in. I think that there has been a strong reluctance in the United States and in the Western states to put troops on the ground. At some point, the feeling may change, and there may be a political will to put troops on the ground to try to finish this off. Oh God, there's a woman in a wheelchair. I hope they let her through. Euro truck driver went through the barricade blocking off streets to protect people. That makes sense. Wait, somebody said the count is now up to 50 dead. Crusade has been going on for 5,000 years, never going to end, so sad. Which crusade? 5,000 years. CNN is still saying 30. The lie of weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, the Colcott report just came out recently. which detailed the decision-making process for the UK entering into the war. Oui, une dizaine de morts. Oui, plus de 30 personnes apparemment. Nous sommes avec vous les Français. Bon, merci. Our children is our only hope for change. No consequences for Bush and Blair. Well, I wouldn't say there's no consequences, but we'll have to see what happens. 40 morts. Pourquoi tout se passe en France? Parce que France c'était en guerre avec le Daesh. Did anyone claim for attack Nice? I haven't heard of any claims of responsibility as of yet. How far is this from you? It's pretty far from me. I'm in Paris, okay, which is in the central part of France or the northern part of France. Nice is at the southern part of France, so it's a few hours away from me. You can't even imagine such joy. Yeah, such a sad. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, I could see the people here. Everybody was so happy and joyful. I saw the news coming up on my screen even during the fireworks display. Of course, most of the people around me didn't see it, so they just continued celebrating. What happened, mate? So we had a national holiday here in France today. There's been fireworks display throughout the country, and in Nice, where there was a fireworks display going on, someone took a truck and drove over the barricades and into the crowd, killing over at least 30 people, injuring over 100. In Paris, there was just a small accident. There was a fire. I haven't heard anything about injuries here in Paris. You go to Nice in 2 days, you're so terrified. Well, probably if you go in 2 days, it's going to be very safe. Generally, after the attacks, it's very safe. You have heightened security, and generally, the people involved have either been killed or they take off. So. It's safer now than it was 2 hours. Exactly. The nationality of the driver. I haven't heard the nationality. Oh, that's Brad, by the way. I haven't heard the nationality of the driver yet, if that's been identified. So, here in Paris, we still have all the streets cordoned off. This was part of normal security. I think with the fire that happened there, this is being prolonged a little bit, and also perhaps with what happened in Nice. The first police officer I talked to made reference to the Nice attack. So a recap, in Nice, a city in the south of France, someone drove a truck into a crowd. The crowd was there watching the fireworks for the national holiday, killing over 30 people and injuring over 100. Apparently, he drove the truck into the crowd for over 1,500 meters. 101 says it's ISIS connected, says Brad. Prayers of the French people. Someone calling Trump a moron. $200, let's say, very sad. It is incredibly sad event. So you can follow me on Twitter to get more updates. I'm Euromaestro on Twitter. Feel free to follow me there. You can also follow me here, of course, on Periscope just by clicking on the little man right here if you don't already follow me. Did they get the driver? Yes, the driver was killed. I should mention the driver was killed. The truck is riddled with bullets, and the driver was killed. You can see the police here maintaining a control on these streets. around the Trocadéro. Pourquoi il a tué ces personnes? Sorry to hear this news, Euro. Please stay safe. Thank you, Jonathan. I think I just heard fireworks going off in the distance. People have lost their minds everywhere. It's nuts out there. Yeah, that's kind of true, Brad. Il y a combien de morts? Minimum 30 personnes. Plus de 30 personnes. Plus de 100 blessés. Do you know if this happened on the Promenade des Anglais? You know, I don't know the precise location in Nice. I know it was, there was barricades. It was near where the fireworks were being distributed. I think Promenade des Anglais is a likely location, but I'm not sure. Police in Paris do know about the Nice incident. N'importe quoi, non, avec des morts. 60 morts officiellement. Tu as vu des morts? Non, je ne l'ai pas vu. Moi, je suis à Paris. Les morts sont à Nice. Near the famous hotel in Nice. Oh no. That's very sad. Pourquoi il y a des policiers à Paris alors que le texte se passe à Nice? Donc, à police, ils étaient là parce que on avait des feux d'artifice sur les Champs de Mars, près de la Tour Eiffel, et donc ils contrôlent les zones autour de la Tour Eiffel. Et il y avait un feu ici également. World is going insane. Pence is going to be Trump's vice president. Yes. C'est quoi tes sources? Good versus evil. Moi, j'ai des personnes, j'ai des contacts sur place à Nice. Et ils m'ont envoyé des textos. Ils étaient dans la foule, en fait. Trump is the only one that can't stop this. The only one that can stop this. Sorry, I misread your message. Trump said that it's not 100%. That was not 100%. Maintenant, le terror vient à tout. Oui, ou à tous. Oh, about the vice president. Oh, okay. So it's just a rumor, maybe. Peak government happened in September 30, 2015. Now it's trying to remain relevant in a sovereign debt crisis. Tonight, oui, tout ça s'est passé ce soir. Yes, this was all tonight. François Hollande is coming back to Paris. We need to send Hillary back to retraining class like in the sector world. I'm really so sorry from Istanbul. Well, thank you, Istanbul. I know that you guys have had a number of attacks as well. Prayers being sent to the French people. Thank you so much. You're watching the Nice incident on NBC News. Awesome, Larry. If you have any new news, let us know. Not a rumor, just not official. Trump wants surprise. Oh, I see. Are you at Nice or Paris? I'm in Paris, as you can see, hopefully. I am right across from the Eiffel Tower, where I was showing the fireworks show earlier. Chilcote report is so damning that terror is coming on a level unknown before. Brad, sorry I missed your comment. Was it a terrorist attack? I don't think we have confirmation yet that it was a terrorist attack, but it has all the markings of a terrorist attack. Hillary only cares about herself. Probably Pence, his family wants Pence or Gingrich. Sorry about your countrymen. Thank you. Yeah, it's very, very sad day. What should have been a very happy day in France has turned into a very sad day. Pourquoi tu montais que la Tour Eiffel? Mais je monte quoi à part ça? Qu'est-ce que se passe car à Nice, c'est le bordel. Donc à Nice, effectivement, il y avait quelqu'un qui a foncé dans la foule avec un camion. Il a tué plus de 30 personnes, peut-être même 50 personnes, et plus de sont blessés. Can't allow third worlders to flood in, can't speak or read the language, and expect good things. Mowing bodies over, accelerating through the crowd. What are you doing? Nero, what happened? All right, so for those joining late, somebody in Nice took a truck and drove it through the crowd, killing over 30 people, injuring over 100 people. Drove the truck for 1,500 meters through the crowd, through about a mile into the crowd. Police officers shot the truck. The truck was riddled with bullets, and the driver was killed. This all happened in Nice on the 14th of July, which is a national holiday in France, where people were celebrating. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm in Paris, so nothing happened in Paris. Paris, we had a small accident that was related to the fireworks. Looks like one of the trucks delivering that the fireworks shot off caught on fire. And so there was a small fire here for some while, and there was a lot of black smoke in Paris. No reports of any injuries at this time. How far is Nice from Paris? It's pretty far. It's a few hours away. CNN says situation is still dangerous in Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's still dangerous. I heard some rumors earlier. Somebody mentioned a hostage situation. I haven't heard any other confirmations of that, so I don't know if that's true. Let me just check my news feed here, see if we got some news items coming in. France, the French president activates the crisis cell at the Ministry of Interior after Nice. So France is making preparations for an emergency situation. Okay, all my reports are still saying the same information as earlier. How long ago did this happen? This happened just within the last few hours. CNN now saying possible act of terror. Yeah, it would not surprise me at all if this turns out to be a terrorist act. Hard to imagine somebody driving a truck into a crowd otherwise. Just checked, it was on the Promenade des Anglais, which is by the ocean. Yeah, the Promenade des Anglais is a very famous, probably the most famous street in Nice. It is along the ocean, and it is where you'll find a lot of tourists and major hotels in Nice. Wow. There's a bus. That's a police bus. So, police car, police trucks, and now police buses. 60 dead, I read. Yeah, a lot of people have been reporting higher numbers, 50 or 60. Time to start building an ark. Stay safe. Thank you. Time to round up all the immigrants that have come in the last 5 years and send them home, says Brad. We're hearing 60. Yeah, well, it started out as 30. It doesn't surprise me that the death count is going to go up as the night progresses. We had well over 100 injured. I'm sure some of them, unfortunately, not going to survive. What's with that? That's normal. The death counts always go up on incidents like this. No, I don't think the driver had a heart attack or something like that. This driver drove through a barricade and drove for over 1,500 meters, killing people along the way. So I doubt very much that it could be a heart attack or anything like that. Saying on Fox at least 60 deaths. So drive through and shot people, news says. I did hear there was a shootout. I don't know if it was exclusively on the police side or the driver was shooting as well. Chez moi en France, oui, chez nous, hein. C'est triste. Un terroriste capturé vivant. C'est vrai, c'est confirmé. So somebody in here is reporting that one terrorist has been captured alive. News claims the driver was the shooter. Oui, il y avait quelqu'un qui a foncé dans la foule avec un camion. Ça, c'était à Nice. It's time to allow concealed and carry with law-abiding citizens. Oh, well, we can't have that in Europe, Brad. Fox says driver exchanged a gunfire with police. Wow. Faut remettre le doigt à la torture et la peine de mort. Oh, mais non. Fox was ahead of the game on police shootings. Incendie à Paris. Oui, il y avait un incendie ici, juste en face. Tu peux le voir ça dans mon live, en fait. This Brad guy is killing me. Changing a Fox. We're still prevented from going through here. Even the police buses had difficulty getting through. Super quoi? Were they supposed to shoot him while he was plowing into them? Well, it wouldn't surprise me that they would try. They would make too much sense allowing people to defend themselves, says Brad. Ces mecs ne méritent pas de vivre. Ils vont aller en prison et le contribuer va payer pour eux. Fox said at least 60 dead. Oui, à Nice, le préfet parle d'un attentat et de 30 morts et une centaine de blessés. Oui, apparemment, selon certains reports, c'est plus de 60 maintenant. CBS is reporting the driver started firing a gun after he ran over the people. Wow. So what's happening? So in Nice, which is in the south of France, there was a celebration like we have throughout France of the crowd. And for the 14th of July, somebody took a truck and drove it through the crowds, killing over at least 30 people, over 100 injured, could be as many as 16 according to the latest news reports. Yes, it's what the Americans like to call Bastille Day. It's the national holiday in France. So 14th of July. Yeah, 60 according to more recent reports. So the police have now confirmed that the fire that was near the Eiffel Tower that we saw earlier was in fact a truck that caught fire accidentally because of the fireworks. It's not easy. No, it was very difficult because, obviously we had the Nice situation going on. We had what was a nice celebration here, and then there was a fire, lots of black smoke. Over 100 injured. Looks like 60 dead at this point. Initial report said 30. 1789, July 14th, start of the French Revolution by the freeing of political criminals. Actually, that's partially correct. 14th of July, 1789, there was the storming of a prison, which was the Bastille, which started the French Revolution. They did not actually storm the prison to release the prisoners. They were storming the prison to get weapons, or to get ammunition, to be more precise. They had the weapons, they needed ammunition. Ammunition was stored there. So the prisoner release was completely incidental, and there weren't very many prisoners in there. There was only 7 prisoners in there, so, including one crazy person. Yeah, they needed to rebuild. Il se passe un truc à Paris, ou à Paris il y avait un incendie, il y avait un feu tout à l'heure. You haven't logged in since the last attack. I always check to see if you're okay. Thank you. À Paris, il n'y a rien. Il n'y a pas grand-chose à Paris. Il y avait un petit accident. Il y avait un accident qui a brûlé un camion par les feux d'artifice. Donc, il y avait un feu. They took Bastille for guns and powder, exactly. Mostly for the powder because they had stormed another fort for guns earlier. And the weapons and the ammunition were stored separately. Truck, not bulls. Have they ruled a terrorist attack in Nice? I think it's looking like a terrorist attack. Hillary had better choose a stellar vice president now. Making sure you're safe. Thank you. Yeah, I'm totally safe.
Messieurs,
I
ça
would
sert à rien, il y a des effectifs à nous. Si on bloque le périmètre, c'est pas à moitié. Oui, il y a des effectifs à nous en bas.
On voyait de l'autre côté.
On en a pour 1 heure ou 2 et après, sinon, c'est par l'école militaire.
Ah, vous pensez encore 1 heure?
Ouais. On sait pas.
Et même si on habite ici, ça change rien? Ah ouais.
Personne, ça change rien, on laisse passer personne.
D'accord. So this area is completely blocked, even for the people that live here, the residents. So I have an apartment over here, and I can't even get to it. Et aussi, il y avait longtemps, pas loin de chez moi. Où ça? C'était où ça? No, he said you can't pass. Nobody can pass. Israel news feeds, Islamic responsibility. Les gens utilisent des termes à tort et à travers.
Là aussi, il y a
Mais
des
quel
problèmes.
terme? Been searching border security, catching huge cache of weapons being smuggled into the EU. That I believe. So we have a big problems with weapons coming into the European Union. There is a whole smuggling ring centered in Belgium, and which has been a center for a lot of the terrorist attacks. I don't know who was in that car. Death toll at 60 now. CNN has said it's not ISIS. Well, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Glad you're okay, Euro. What does CNN say? Or do they say why it's not ISIS? Il y a quoi à la Tour Eiffel? Oui, à Tour Eiffel, avant, il y avait des feux d'artifice et il y avait un accident. Il y a un camion qui a brûlé, en fait. If one or two of those get into ISIS agents, it's going to be really bad. They haven't confirmed it yet. Okay, the French ministry is now reporting that there was no hostage incident. So I know some people earlier had mentioned a hostage incident. The French Ministry of Interior saying that there was no hostage incident after the truck drove into the crowd in Nice. So apparently that was a false rumor, according to the French Ministry of the Interior. I know some people mentioned it in here about a hostage situation in a restaurant. The French ministry says that that is not true. So, il n'y a rien à Paris, non. Il y avait un petit feu, mais c'est éteint, c'est pas grave. C'est passé quoi à Paris? Pas grand-chose, hein. You see many police, it's urgent. No, the police were here. The police were here and and have been here, just part of crowd control. So this was normal. The police were here. They had crowd control. They were protecting the area around the Eiffel Tower because there were fireworks. Brad is calling this the summer of blood. Wow. Very sad. Combien de police sont là? Là où je suis, je ne sais pas, une dizaine, peut-être un peu plus, une vingtaine. Fermé pour la précaution, oui, exactement. Mais c'était prolongé parce que d'abord, il y avait un feu en face de la Tour Eiffel et aussi à cause de tout ce qui s'est passé à Nice. We cannot really say the cause of the tragedy. Well, we kind of know the cause of the tragedy. I mean, we know it's a person that drove a truck through the crowd, killing people, apparently using a gun to shoot at people as well. Besides that, though, we don't have other details as of yet. Not a bad time to take a vacation to Japan, Canada, or Australia. You know, Brad, I think you might be right. Euro may be taking a long vacation. Sky News reporting about 100 injured. Yes, that has been the report all along. They're not against Europe. They would have attacked during the Euro. CNN reported 60 dead. Yes. Paris to Nice over 900 kilometers. Wow, I thought it was a little bit more, but okay. Not going anywhere right now. No, I can't even get into my apartment right now. CNN via BFMT says 60 dead. Yeah, 60 has been a consistent number for a while now from a lot of reports. It may not be over yet. Yeah, there's been some conflicting rumors coming in. So one of the rumors has already been denied by the French Ministry of the Interior about the hostage situation. Someone in here said that there was a terrorist was captured alive. I haven't heard anything about that. So we'll see. About 3 hours away from me on the TGV. It's like a sad movie. It is like a sad movie. For those injured, a long night. Yes. Every day now we have to be diligent. Yes. That's true.
Chargeur.
Oui?
Chargeur batterie, tu vois.
Oui?
Si tu veux. Pour appeler Désolé.
C'est pas grave. Mais comment vous savez que j'ai un chargeur?
Parce que j'ai
Vous le câble? Oui. D'accord. Ça marche?
Ouais, ça.
Bon, bah, très bien. So sad, the rewound, no reason to injure people. So, oui, oui, bien sûr. How long have you lived in France? Vous connaissez ce que se passe à Nice? Ah, vous n'êtes pas au courant. Donc, il y avait quelqu'un qui a foncé dans la foule avec un camion. Il a tué plus de 60 personnes et plus de 100 blessés. Ensuite, on l'a tué. Wow. Plus de 2 kilomètres.
Heureusement, ici, il n'y a rien à passer.
Ouais, le monde a raison. Fermer les frontières. Mais quelles frontières? Donc les frontières, c'est vraiment loin. Hein. C'est en Grèce, c'est un peu partout. He drove a mile. That's what I had heard initially was 1 mile, 1,500 kilometers. Somebody's saying now 2 kilometers. So we'll see. Borders may need to be more carefully monitored. Probably, but I'll tell you, the problem is there's already millions of people inside the borders that could be doing this kind of stuff, or definitely thousands. Hollande returned to the country to deal with this, yes, along with his 10,000 a month hairstylist. Yes. Brad, I'm surprised that you're picking on the hairstylist. I don't think 10,000 euros a month is a lot of money to pay for a hairstylist. I mean, it seems like a reasonable salary to me. A truck drove through a Bastille celebration in Nice. 60 dead, 100 injured. Yes, that's correct. Yes, there was a fire. Somebody asking me on Twitter about a fire at the Eiffel Tower. There was a fire just across here. I filmed that earlier. It's been put out. He's half bald. He is, yeah, pretty bald. Did you witness it? I witnessed the fire here at the Eiffel Tower, and I filmed it. The truck attack happened in Nice, which is hundreds of kilometers from me. Need to round them all up and kick them out. Who are you going to kick out? A lot of these people that are doing these attacks are citizens or residents. Not immediately clear who could be kicked out. Go to the Trocadero. The Trocadero is closed. This whole area is closed. So I've been trying to get to the Trocadero. Eloise, drunk driver, where? Smoke on the tower. Yeah, there was smoke on the tower earlier. There was a fire here. It was caused by an accident by the fireworks set off. One of the trucks caught fire. I actually filmed it. There were several explosions, fireworks going off even after the show. Tu parles français? Oui, je parle français. Donc, je parlais de ce qui s'est passé à Nice. Donc, il y avait quelqu'un qui a foncé dans la foule avec un camion. Il a tué plus de 60 personnes et tué plus de et blessé plus de 100 personnes également. Let me just see, I'm getting a lot of news feeds coming in. Let's check what they're saying.
Mais non, l'autre côté, je peux pas passer. Moi, je suis en bas, en bas. Je le prends derrière.
Sad day in France, yes, it's a very sad day today. Over 60 people killed in Nice, over 100 injured after a truck ran into a crowd driving for 1,500 meters into the crowd. Sad day. Luckily there wasn't a truck bomb. Yeah, there was no truck bomb. Prayers to the loved one affected by this tragedy. Yes, very sad day.
D'habitude. Oh, ouais, d'habitude. Après, quand tu descends pour prendre le temps. Moi, je suis à
Fox releasing internet videos.
tu vois, à droite,
Don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you don't already follow me on Twitter at Euromeister. You can also follow me here. Follow me on Twitter for future updates. I wonder how much it costs Hillary to keep somewhat looking good. That's a good question. Oui, à Nice, donc il y avait quelqu'un qui a foncé dans la foule avec un camion et il a tué plus de 60 personnes et blessé plus de 100 personnes.
Il n'y a pas rien. Ouais, je te remercie, merci.
Ah oui, je vous en prie. So somebody wanted to borrow my charger to charge up their phone. So we did that while I was broadcasting. And I told them about what happened in Nice. So a lot of the people here in Paris still unaware of the event because they've been out here watching the fireworks and we've been blocked from going home. Crazy world we are into today, yes. So the police, you can see the police here still blocking access. It's been blocked for a long time. Going to be blocked for at least another half an hour to an hour before we are able to take any of the roads here. Is it because of the fire? Initially, yeah, part of it was because of the fire. It's probably mostly because of the fire. You can see everybody waiting so they can walk home. Nope, can't walk home. The whole area is blocked. Can't drive, can't walk, can't do anything. I could go somewhere else, I suppose. Yeah, I'm in Paris, but the attack was in Nice. There was a small fire in Paris earlier. Josh asking me on Twitter if I am safe. So I am. If somebody can tweet Josh letting him know I'm safe, that would be super nice. You can check my Twitter feed, I guess, to find it. It's not a van, it looks like a semi-truck. Yeah, somebody said it was kind of a pretty big truck, I guess. Be sure to follow me on Twitter if you don't already follow me on Twitter for updates. You can also follow me on Periscope. If you don't know how to follow people on Periscope, it's real easy. You just click right over here. And that's the same place you can use to share on Twitter or share if it looks like a 7.5-ton truck. Wow. I'm so glad you're fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Very sad day for France. We were out celebrating the 14th of July with fireworks. Normally it's a very happy day, and ended in tragedy with someone driving a truck into the crowd, killing over 60 people and having over 100 injuries. There was a fire in Paris, a small accident caused by the fireworks where a truck caught fire. Yes, France was going to lift the state of emergency, which ends on July 26th. They had previously announced that they were not going to renew it. We'll see if that may change. U.S. is on alert in Cleveland big time now. Hostages in hotel now. I don't know if the hostage in the hotel is true, because the French Interior Minister released a report earlier saying that there were not hostages in Nice. Confirmed in USA. What's confirmed in the USA? We got the cleaning trucks now coming down the street. Yeah, they killed the driver. The driver was shot. Yeah, French news says no hostages. Yeah, the French Interior Minister, I saw his statement a while ago saying that there were no hostages after the truck incident. There were rumors floating around about hostages in a restaurant. Someone now saying hostages in a hotel. We have no official reports about that, and the French minister earlier said it's not true. ABC News reporting hostages in the Meridian Hotel. Well, maybe that's a different situation then. Il y a encore de feu, non, le feu, c'est terminé. Police saying 73 dead. Horrible, horrible. USS soft target in Nice. Elements of ISIS starting with terrorism theory and working back. That does not sound good. Fox reporting 73 dead. Wow. CNN showing the bodies. Oh wow, this is horrible. Just when we thought it was over. Tu parles français? Oui, j'ai expliqué tout ça en français tout à l'heure. Donc, il y avait quelqu'un qui a foncé dans la foule avec un camion à Nice. Il a tué apparemment 73 personnes et il y a une centaine blessés également. Donc tout ça c'est à Nice, près de les promenades des Anglais. So several people trying to get through the barricade on their motorcycle and cars. Everybody is being turned around. Eyewitnesses accounts coming in now. Yes. Actually, my first report was from an eyewitness. I know someone who is in Nice, who was in the crowd actually on holiday, and he managed to get out without being injured. Yeah, I mean, whether it's 60 or 73, obviously it's too many either way. But it doesn't surprise me that these number counts are going to change. An act of war. Well, I don't know if I'd call it an act of war. Certainly an act of terrorism. Oh, they're letting one of the cars through. I don't know who that is or why they're letting them through. But there's more traffic starting to come through. Well, maybe they're not coming through. You just want to hug everyone. People are going to wake up to the horrors of Islam this year, says Brad. These people are going to rise up. This is making all the world so angry. We must band together. This is sheer insanity. Yeah, it's pretty bad. For a second there, I thought they were going to let us through. Driver had assault weapon, shot and killed by police. Trump or Hillary, neither is a great choice. Trump choosing Mike Pence as vice president. I don't know that that's been confirmed yet, but it's definitely been reported quite a bit. George Soros is behind all this violence and chaos, just one idiot. Why would you say that, Brad? How is George Soros behind this? Pence is confirmed, a good choice. Oh, it is confirmed. Okay, I didn't know that. So I've been missing out on a lot of the news because I've been standing here waiting to get through. Confirmed tomorrow, but Trump is unpredictable. Trump is unpredictable. It would not surprise me that Trump would announce somebody else. He already just is suing. Trump is currently suing a former campaign staff for $10 million because the person, he's accusing the person of leaking information from the campaign. Hillary really has pressure now to get a stellar vice president. Yes. Hillary's under a lot of pressure after the FBI report. He did that on Celebrity Apprentice all the time. That would be a major, major move if Trump were to announce somebody else, especially if it was somebody much better, like a bigger candidate. The element of surprise, it would be amazing. Bernie is out. Yeah, Bernie is a little disappointing that he turned around and endorsed Hillary so easily. It would be crazy if he did. He's a former Nazi billionaire that owns everyone. Sorry, Brad, I missed the rest of that. Bernie did offer unity. Yep, officials saying at least 60. Yeah, some people saying 60, some people saying 73. You liked Bernie, endorsement was hard to swallow. Yeah, I agree with you, Eloise. The endorsement was very hard to swallow. His initial statement was very consistent, where he said, he fought for some elements of the platform. He was going to fight against Trump getting elected. So at least that was consistent with his earlier messages. To just turn around and endorse Hillary, I don't know, seems very inconsistent with his previous messages. Thank you, Scope. Yes, 73. Yeah, it is very sad. Don't forget, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at Euromaestro on Twitter. So that's at Euromaestro on Twitter. Or you can follow me right here, of course, just by clicking over there. Somebody just gave the number in Nice for the hospital if you need to contact them. How could someone intensely run over women and children? I know, it's an amazing thing. I can't get over that either. Bernie was hired by Hillary to run against her and lose one day. The fix was in, just like the email. Yeah, I gotta agree with you, Brad, about the email at least. Very, very surprising, the whole email investigation. But she was found guilty of violating the Federal Records Act. The FBI did say that there was probably violations of the other statutes involved, including the Espionage Act. He just felt that there wasn't sufficient evidence to indict her. Endorsed, not enforced. Trump over Cruz. Email is nothing compared to the money laundering foundation. No, I disagree with you, Brett. I think the email scandal is very serious. You're talking about the nation's most important secrets are treated with negligence. Check my pinned tweet. I'm not downplaying the potential for the public corruption. Yeah, so the police are reporting over 70 dead in Nice. Got confirmation on that. A huge, yeah. The email, I don't think the email scandal should be downplayed. By the way, have you ever seen Mr. Robot? Yeah, that's like my favorite show. Triste nouvelle. Ah oui, c'est très triste. So let me just check the news item real quick. Yeah, so police confirming over 70 dead. Your thoughts and prayers are with the people of Paris today. Yes. Apparently Clinton owned so many people that it could take the whole U.S. government down. Yeah. $73 dead, 100 injured. No, there wasn't an attack near the tower. There was a fire near the tower. The fire was an accident caused by the fireworks that were here. So there was a small fire. By the way, I know that there's a lot of people in here. Some of you people might not be able to comment. You can always comment to me on Twitter. And I do see the Twitter comments in real time, so they're popping up on my screen right now. So if you're watching the scope and you want to comment, and you can't comment because it's full, you can just send me a tweet on Twitter at Euromaestro, and I will see it there. All right, well, I think the Eiffel Tower has gone dark. Witnesses driver had pistol of some sort. Well, I think it was more than a pistol, but he was shooting into the crowd. We don't know if it's an attack. Well, we know it's an attack. It may not be, might not be part of a group or might not be part of a conspiracy, but a person drove through the crowd and he killed over 70 people, injured over 100, and apparently was shooting people as well. The front is peppered with bullets. But other than that, we don't have a lot of information at this point in time. Deliberately serving into the crowd. Yeah, apparently he went over a barricade, going into the crowd, drove for over 1,500 meters into the crowd. So it's definitely deliberate and intentional. All these cars waiting to get through. So the earlier blockades have been lifted, and this last one is left. I think they might be letting us through. Un camion enfoncé dans la foule il y a 2 heures à Nice. Oui, c'est bien ça. Il a tué plus de 73 personnes et blessé une centaine. Je peux passer?
Non, c'est la circulation voiture. Vous allez où, monsieur?
C'est pour où j'habite, un appartement.
Faut faire le tour au niveau des piétons.
Non, c'est pas encore revendiqué par Daesh. C'est pas vraiment un accident parce que, comme je vous ai dit, il a tué les personnes et apparemment, parce qu'il est foncé dans la foule avec un camion. So they're letting car traffic through now for the first time. So cars can go by. They're not letting people walk through yet, but they're letting cars through.
radio neuf de la moitié du micro.
Non, à la Tour Eiffel, il y avait, il y avait un feu en fait. Donc il y avait un feu à la Tour Eiffel. C'était un accident. C'est à cause de les feux d'artifice. Camion de chantier. So at least they're letting cars through, not letting people through yet. Pedestrians not allowed, cars allowed. Je comprends mieux. Oui, d'accord. Horrific night in Nice. Oui, 73 morts à Nice, une centaine blessés.
Monsieur, on peut passer? Par là? Ouais. Faites attention, ça circule. Les voitures, s'ils passent, ils peuvent s'arrêter là-bas. Oui, ça circule dans les deux sens maintenant. Faites attention, ça traverse. Je veux dire, là, on ne peut pas continuer tout. Non, pour l'instant, là. Si vous pensez que ça peut être là. Oui, c'est possible.
All right, well, I think we're going to end the scope here. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, hit me up on Twitter at Euromaestro. Follow me on Twitter at Euromaestro. We're waiting for the police to let pedestrians through. They're not letting anybody through. Donald Trump just announcing he is postponing his vice presidential decision. So that's interesting news coming right now as we speak. So Donald Trump announcing postponing his decision because of the attack in Nice. So because of the attack in Nice, Donald Trump just announcing postponement of his decision. So I'm in Paris, yes. So anyways, we're going to end the scope here, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.